Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Master of Darkness. We are now on round 4, which is the laboratory. New enemy here. Hawks that will swoop down at you and try to attack you. Some of them will home in on you and keep attacking you over and over. Some just go for a quick dive as they go to the other side of the screen. And some of them stay in place for a few seconds and quickly go straight for you, regardless of what your current position is, which can be really annoying. Also, that mask I hit contains a dagger. You don't want to grab that. I also picked up the boomerangs, even though I didn't want them. I know I'm not going to be using the bombs anymore, though, because we're going to find something even better. We're going to find the most powerful secondary weapon in the game. But first, let's go ahead and get this potion so that way we don't have to deal with the damage from all those bats and birds. Now we got a bunch of dogs and bats to kill off. And in there's a gem of no importance. I don't know why I jumped there. I just should have just went down the stairs or dropped down. Now there are two ways you can go. You can either go down, or you can break this wall here and duck walk to the right to go through a secret passage, which lets you skip the screen at the bottom. Actually lets you skip the next 2 screens. Here's what you miss if you take the secret passage. You miss a couple of bats and you have to deal with some spikes. And here is a ruby. I'm guessing that's a ruby. And in here is a potion. So you miss out on that, sadly, in case you were needing a potion. Now you want to gently drop off here and not touch the spikes as you do so. And then you're going to have to deal with some dogs and some bats. And inside there is another dagger, so thankfully you skip out on that, but not thankfully you skip out on a potion. Still better to skip out on the dagger, though. And this is where the secret passage takes you if you do use it. You'll just end up in, like, left of center there. And you'll have to deal with a couple of dogs, bats, and birds. And I accidentally grabbed the rapier, but we will be finding the axe again in no time. We are going to need it, though, for do some digging, because we have to do some digging in order to make it to the end. But we will have to deal with the birds first. First of all, you want to stand on the 3rd row of wooden blocks here, and make your way to the right, destroying the birds and bats as you go. Inside will be a potion. You'll definitely want to use it. Duck walk down here and destroy the blocks to the left, and then destroy the blocks to the right. Destroying the blocks to the right will take you to the exit, but if you go to the left before you go to the right, you'll be able to get the stake. Be sure to duck walk to it so you can grab it. This is the most powerful secondary weapon in the game. When you get it, you do not want to lose it. You won't find a lot here where they debut in round 4. Not just in stage 1, but in all of round 4 in general. But you want to conserve those, because they will come in handy a little later on. The mask to the left contains a gun, and the mask to the right contains the axe we've so been wanting to get back. Welcome to round 4 too. And we're going to be dealing with some more bats and more wraiths as we actually go up the stairs and take out some more enemies and continue on with our journey. I don't know why I said actually there. I believe the mask there contains a weapon that I don't want. I believe it contains the gun. I'm going to keep my axe and my stakes, thank you very much. So let's go ahead, take care of the wraith, and go up the stairs here. Now we're dealing with the possessed objects and the possessed daggers from round 2, but we did manage to find that blue gem, which allowed us to destroy all on-screen enemies. And apparently we can't use the stake on the table because the stake just flies straight over it. The mask to the left will contain a gun that I don't want, and the mask to the right contains some bombs, which, thoughtful but no. Let's go ahead and drop down here and head to the next screen. Now, this works a little different compared to round 2. All you have to do is destroy the enemy that shows up first. And when you destroy it, all the enemies that show up afterwards will be destroyed, and you'll be able to continue on your way. Thankfully, I was able to take care of the wraith there with a simple throw of a stake. And by using the blue gem here, we can destroy the 2 daggers that will keep flying towards us in an attempt to stab us from out of nowhere. Now here, there will be a photo. You will have to... portrait. You will have to go all the way to the right and take a hidden passage to destroy it, but if you have the stake, you can just throw the stake out, it'll go straight through the wall, and it'll take care of the portrait enemy. Don't worry about the bats, except for the one that flies around in the circle there. And hit the mask here to get a potion. Try not to take a whole bunch of damage from that dagger. The mask behind this chair here contains some bombs. And I believe the mask here contains another axe. So we got that working for us. We're almost through with round 4-2. We have a few more screens to go, thankfully. And once we get through them, we'll be on to the laboratory proper. Be sure to grab a potion here in case you need one. You can either duck walk off that platform or you can just take the stairs. And here we have the chandelier that we need to destroy. Thankfully, this stake makes quick work of it. And thankfully, this is the last screen. So all we need to do is just leap over the platforms or use the invisibility frames from running into spikes, which thankfully are not insta-kill. And you can make your way to the end of round 4-2. Round 3 has those wax statue enemies again that we're going to have to deal with, and we won't be able to jump through past all of them this time. At least, not to get rid of them completely. Some of them will give us a hard time. Our first step is to go to those stairs there in the lower right-hand corner and take those down. And you want to be careful when you make your way to the left there so that you don't accidentally hit those spikes on the ceiling, because you can hit your head on those. And you want to make your way to the lower right hand corner again and take the stairs there. These orbs serve as platforms. You'll need them to get to the mass as well as whatever they contain, and you'll also need them to get to the entrance to the next area in the lower left corner, if you need them. This mask I'm making my way towards contains a potion, which is definitely needed considering that I'm almost halfway out of life. And here's another rapier that I don't want. Now we're going to have to deal with even more of the wax enemies. Sometimes they'll move off the edge of the platform, sometimes they won't. Sometimes they'll just turn straight back. And I tried to turn around in time to hit that zombie, and sadly I could not. Turning around to hit those wax dummy enemies are especially hard. Also, lower right hand corner wall there contains a potion in case you need one. There are quite a few potions, you just need to know where they are to find them. use the ore platforms here to get to another gem, and then you can get over here with the ore platforms when they stop and then move in the other direction to get to the entrance to the next area. That mass in the lower left contains a 1-up, probably the easiest one to get. You can very easily get up to it by climbing back up on the left hand side of the next screen at the bottom that you can enter by taking the stairs on the lower right there. But you will have to go through this screen all over again and then get back down to where you were, and with all the enemies that I have to deal with, I just don't even consider it a useful use of my time. I don't even bother to get it. I consider getting it, but then I realize, you know what, I'm better off just going down these stairs, because that takes me to the end anyway. Now here you can jump over the wax statues that come to life, and you'll be able to dodge them easily. You'll still have to kill off the zombies, but at least the zombies are easy to kill off anyway. And here's another set of stakes. I definitely want to pick those up. And in here is a potion. Last potion before you reach the end boss here. And watch out for that zombie that comes out from the left side of the screen. And don't hit that mask because it contains another troll dagger. The game just won't stop doing that. And when you reach the final room, you will meet Count Massen again for another boss battle. You want to hit this guy before he creates his fireball. When he creates his fireball, he'll throw it down, it'll split into 4, then it reconvenes at one of a few specific spots in the room, and Count Massen shows up in that spot again. In case the fireball splits into 4, what you want to do is go all the way to the lower right hand corner, and the fireballs, when it splits into 4, will almost never hit you in that position. I get hit in that position like maybe once ever. And when he shows back up on screen, you can hit him up to 3 times before he creates the fireball that later transforms into him in a random spot in the room. And this is where I finally get all 3 of those shots in. And this is probably the only time that the fireballs ever hit me in the lower right hand corner of the room. 9 times out of 10, the fireballs will never reach you there, as they fly around in circle-like patterns. Count Massen is as easy as ever. You don't necessarily need to hit him with a stake. You can just still walk up to him and hit him with the axe just fine. And when you beat him, he floods the room with a very bright light, and that ends round 4. A strange white light came from Count Massen's fingertip, and the next thing Dr. Social knew was that he was imprisoned inside a dark cage. Dr. Social threw himself against the door in desperation, and again he tried until the door gave way. But now he found himself in the middle of a labyrinth of incredible complexity. And we will take on that labyrinth in round 5 in the finale of Let's Play Master of Darkness. So until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!